My gorgeous Libra, I'm freezing, I'm freezing, I'm freezing. I've got a new boiler. I've got a brand new boiler. I don't know how to turn it on. So I'm freezing. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, this is your weekly reading and it's in between, let me just remind myself, it's in between the 6th and the 12th of February 2023. My gorgeous Libra, you know, at the beginning of this week, you are going to be facing such an obstacle, such a problem. And this problem and obstacle that you are going to be facing at the beginning of this week, it's actually going to happen because of the certain delays. Something is going to be delayed, something that you're waiting for, something that you're expecting, and this is just a little bit, just a tiny little bit, it's going to throw you out of balance, but it is not a bad thing whatsoever, because at that moment in time you're going to realize something really, really remarkable. You're going to realize something really interesting, and that realization that you're going to have, it's going to come to you completely out of blue. So first of all, you're going to feel just a little bit frustrated, and then very soon after that moment in time, you are going to become aware of this very, very interesting sign. And this interesting sign that you are going to become aware of, it's going to be so kind of specific, it's going to be so different, it's going to be so unique. There is something going to be so strange about that sign, but also that sign, it's going to be so personal to you that even like there are 10 people like standing and staring at the same thing, you would be the only one who would be able to recognize this sign. So this sign is going to come as something really personal to you, and that sign is going to be consisting of you understanding and realizing that this is actually not a bad thing whatsoever. It's actually brilliant that something is being delayed, something is being slowed down, because it's actually going to give you more time to work on something very, very important to you, on something very, very specific, you know, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So this is why this is so important. So first of all, it's going to start like a delay, a bit of frustration, and then you're going to realize when you become aware of that sign, that very, very personal sign that you're going to become aware of, like, you know, this is actually going to be really good, because not that you forgot about something, but then you're going to realize, oh no, I need to put more energy and more effort towards something very specific. Okay, so this is the bottom line. You need to put more energy and more effort towards something very specific that you're working on, that means to you so much, whether you're working, whether you're a business person, whether you're not working, whether you're looking for work, do you know what I mean, whether you're retired, it doesn't really matter at what stage of your life you are. But this delay is going to signify the fact that you are actually going to become aware of the fact that, you know, it's actually even better that it delayed, because you are going to be able to kind of like complete something that was like kind of maybe left incomplete. You see what I mean? So it's going to work in such an amazing and beneficial way for you, which is just really going to kind of make you aware of exactly how much, make you aware of exactly of like a really specific goal, and the more effort you need to put more effort in towards something that you're extremely devoted to. So this is something that you really kind of have to understand. This is going to work absolutely in your favor, and you have to trust yourself and you have to trust your intuition. My gorgeous Libra, this is so important, because it looks like there is someone very much so with a strong, no attitude around you, but with a very, very strong but rather imbalanced energy around you. And I'm not saying that that person is horrible. I'm not saying that that person is nasty, but that person can't understand you completely, and it's to do with something that you're working on, and it's to do with something that means to you so much. So that person, because they can't understand where you're coming from, and they can't understand maybe the specific part of yourself when it comes to some kind of passion in your life, you must not allow this person to overshadow you with some kind of negativity. Very soon, within the next few weeks, my gorgeous Libra, that person, that particular particular person in your life, somebody who's connecting to you pretty much so, it's actually going to realize and understand exactly where you came from or where you were coming from. And this is part of the challenge. So somebody very close to you, it's not going to understand you. It's not going to be able to understand you, like, why are you getting frustrated about something so much? But then again, at the end of the day, my gorgeous Libra, this is it. This is this life. It's all about us following our own passion. And that's exactly what we need to do. Things that makes us good about ourselves, things that makes us happy. And it doesn't mean that those people who are so significant to us, those people who are like a major people in our lives, it doesn't mean that they will understand every single aspect of what we do. Okay, so sometimes certain things have to be 1,000,000% completely individual. Whether people in your life understand what you're doing and what you're working on, or whether they don't understand, this is in itself a very, very important for you to understand, because like you will be working on something so important to you, but almost as if someone is going to try to kind of put you off. Do you know what I mean? So that's why you have to stick to your guns, my gorgeous Libra. You have to stand your ground. You know, you have to put your point across. But I'm not saying to argue or anything, but you know what I mean. Just by you, you know, doing certain actions in your life, for example, and things like that on your own accord, not anybody else's whatsoever. And you're also at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra, you know what, looking at a bigger picture. This is going to sound really scary, you know, but at the same time, it looks like you're going to be looking at a group of people and at the beginning of the week, and you are almost going to feel a little bit sorry for them, because you will realize that they have done something, and you know, you are really kind of going to, it's not only that you're going to realize this, it's something that you knew all along, but then at the same time it is going to be like a few group of people, and there is something that is really going to affect you when you become aware of this group of people, what actually happened to them. Something happened to them. Something really kind of weird and something kind of not really good happened to them. Something negative, kind of something horrible happened to them. But these are not people in your life. This is nobody who is directly connected to you, but this is still going to affect you, because it's going to open your eyes, because now everything that you were aware of, these people have done something, you know, and this is exactly what you're going to be aware of, but you were aware of this before. Do you understand what I mean? This is really confusing, isn't it? This group of people has done something to themselves. Well, yeah, literally, they've done something to themselves, and you're seeing some kind of, I don't know, they're becoming destructive because of this. It's like to do with like almost like as like a bit of a self-destruction what they have done. Do you know what I mean? So this is going to open your eyes even further, but on top of that, it's more about a massive confirmation. It's like, oh my God, because now this week things are going to elevate on a completely different level when it comes to what exactly you're going to become aware of. Your eyes are going to be as open like they've never been open before, and that in itself is going to indicate the fact that you were right all along about something. Okay? And that in itself, it's like a really kind of, it's a lot to do with this group of people failing to face certain facts. For example, ignoring certain facts. And when you look at this group of people, you're going to find this extremely frustrating, like how they're ignoring certain facts. And then at the same time, your family members or people very close to you are going to be on your mind. What you need to do is the information that you have, what you're going to become aware of, it's like a life-changing, really. And it's life-changing in such a way, it's to do with the specific information that you need to give to people who are your immediate family members or people who are very close to you. You need to let them know what you are going to become aware of. Okay, you need to let them know what are you going to become aware of. This is very important, my gorgeous Libra, like never ever before. When you become aware of this, you pass this on to those people who mean to you so much. Whether they laugh at you or whether they take you seriously, it doesn't matter. Your spiritual duty is to let them know Well, you can let them know. You know, I know that sounds morbid, you know, well, you can let them know. But you know what I mean? Just let them know. Okay, this is very important indeed. Let those people know in your life who mean to you the most. Whether they're friends, whether they're family. I understand that some people don't have family, or maybe you don't have friends, you know what I mean? But if you do have people in your life, please do let them know, like literally immediately. And also, when it comes to people in your life and when it comes to family, there is a family problem that is gonna come up. And you need to deal with this family problem. There is some kind of family issue that is actually going to come up. And the reason why you need to step in, why you need to deal with this problem is, without you being aware of it at the moment, and this moment in time, you will realize that you have got experience with something when it comes to that problem. But as soon as you become aware of that family problem, that is not going to become obvious. But as soon as you become aware of some kind of family issue, family matter, then you just need to naturally step in, step through. And then very soon after that moment in time, there is some kind of unfoldment which is going to happen, and you're going to realize that you've got a relevant experience. You will know exactly what to do. Please do not miss this chance. And I'm saying it's a chance because you're gonna get something enormous out of it. Something enormous you're gonna get out of it in as little as 1 month after this moment in time, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So please try to just step in as soon as you possibly can, as soon as you become aware of some kind of family problem. And if you haven't got a family, then maybe it's to do with like a greatest friends or the people that are really close to you. They do indeed become like a family as well. So when it comes to reading and tarot, they show as a family members as well. So while you're dealing with this family problem and this family issue, at the same time you're going to realize something very, very special and very specific about yourself as well. So there is some kind of idea that you're actually going to have, and I like this so much. This idea that you're going to have, it's like more about, no, it's not idea is about to come up, sorry, it's not an idea, it's more about you will kind of learn. It's not about the idea, but it's more about the actual realization, some kind of realization about yourself, which is going to surprise you in the best possible way. But it's more going to make you aware of like, what have you been through over the last like a year, for example, and how much you actually changed. And sometimes when we get this spiritual slap, when we realize how much we actually changed, that is primarily responsible as feelings and emotions for us to come out of the comfort zone at a time when we would really think that we are not ready to do something. So now after this moment in time, you are indeed going to become keen and eager to do something like what was on your mind for so long indeed, and it means to you so much as well. And also, my gorgeous Libra, now what I was going to say, it's like at the beginning of this week you are going to have a really, now it's the idea, there is also going to be, after that family problem, after that family matter, this is completely not related to that family matter, there is going to be a very interesting idea that you're actually going to have. And this idea that you're going to have, you know, you need to be this idea that you're going to have, it's more like about you, how you can speed up the certain things in your life, the certain progress, you know, how you can speed up the certain things in your life that have been going slow for way too long. But at the same time, when you become aware of that idea, you need to be sharp and you need to be quick and you need to be very, very clever. Okay, so as soon as you become aware of this idea, how you can speed up certain things in life, you need to be quick and you need to be sharp and you need to be clever. Okay, so you do not want to miss this opportunity whatsoever, because very soon after that moment in time, you are going to become aware of the certain events that are going to require immediate, you know, action from you. Okay, so which are going to really surprise you, and they are going to be direct result of what I was just talking about right now. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, you know that you are actually going to become aware of that something is maybe not going to happen. Stay with me, this is important. At around the midweek, you are going to realize that you had a bit of like unrealistic attitude about something, you know. So now it's more about you kind of realizing that you had a wishful thinking when it comes to certain aspect of your life. But this is not a bad thing. This in itself, it's first going to seem like, I know it sounds like, oh God, sad. No, baby, no. But it sounds really good. It's because you're also at the same time, you're going to release yourself from some kind of bondage that was holding you down for way too long, and it was keeping you from expressing yourself in the way you wanted to express yourself. So it's to do with the part of your life that you kind of felt restricted with, like for way too long anyway. So on one hand, you're going to realize like, oh God, you know, your unrealistic attitude towards something, you know, maybe wishful thinking towards something, but then at the same time, you're more gonna feel like, oh, the big weight of your shoulder is actually lifted than anything else. So it's just telling me that you already were aware of this, so you were just waiting for this moment in time. And that in itself, just you becoming aware of something that is not gonna work out, something like, you know, unrealistic attitude towards something, this is gonna be remarkable, because that in itself, it's really gonna help you to come up with a conclusion, you know, with an important conclusion here when it comes to the specific challenge that you've been going through over the last 3 months. And that specific challenge that you were going through over the last 3 months was affecting you to be yourself, and it's also like it was affecting you to express yourself in the way that you want to express yourself. And now you're gonna realize, you know what, now it's time to show what you can do. My gorgeous Libra, now it's time to show what you can do. You will be watched from everywhere. Just imagine 1 million eyes around you, just plop, 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 just looking at you. You can imagine 1 million eyes just looking at you. It means that you are going to get an attention from someone really important, for someone really big, from someone really amazing, and you will not even know this. So this is why now you need to understand it's time to show what you can do. On one hand, you must, for the love of God, come out of your comfort zone and just do what you want to do at this stage of your life, because it's not about you proving your point, but it's more about now you will do what you always wanted to do. But on top of that, you need to show what you can do. Okay, and that in itself, it's a very powerful sign that you are going to be watched without even realizing that you are going to be watched. Please don't get me wrong, and don't get paranoid that there are going to be 1 million eyes around you. Just take them as a little fairies. Just, it sounds mental, I know, but it's just more about you. It's not about people standing there and staring at you, but you giving your precious energy towards something that means to you so much. So if you are painting pictures, yeah, you're like a painter, you're painting pictures, you're an artist, you know, just paint the best possible picture this week. Put as much as energy towards that picture that you want to put, you know. If you're like a dancer, just dance, baby, throughout this week. Dance on top of the mountains, my gorgeous Libra. Go outside in the middle of the street and dance all day, baby. No, it's just so important. Do you get my drift? Do you see what I mean? So it's about you focusing on something that you want to achieve, but not realizing this magical situation. You are attracting the right person into your life. You're going to impress someone really mind-blowingly important. This is what you need to understand. Okay, so let's say you're painting and then you put so much energy towards that painting throughout the week, and then something happens like knock knock, you know, it's like, hello, who's this? Oh, listen, we've got like such an amazing offer for you type of things. You are going to be blown away, because you're going to like really attract the right person into your life, who's going to be impressed with you to the point where every single aspect of your life is going to change. Only like once every few years we actually have such a powerful stage, such a spiritually fertile stage where we can prove ourselves with such a unique and sacred energy, and that kind of returns to us million times. Okay, million times. in million ways, a million times, yeah, I suppose so, yeah, I can say that, but you know, in million ways this is going to return to you. So I hope you understand me. I know that this is going to sound crazy, but my gorgeous Libra, make the most of it, because if I were you, I would do exactly that. So just find something that you can work on and put as much as you possibly can of your precious energy towards it, and you will see that something magical is actually going to happen, because you are going to impress someone who you can only dream of actually impressing, and that is going to be followed with absolutely mind-blowing, out of this world offer. This is going to bring a remarkable offer to you that you can only dream about. This in itself is starting the process of transformation when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra. So do not be surprised when you now suddenly become so active around your home. You're going to become so active about around your immediate environment, and you will want to change things, you will want to move things about. Just go for it. It's the perfect time, and you create a really powerful energy while you're doing this. But at the same time, it's the time of your life where you need to get out with an all to make a space for the new baby. Okay, so this is why naturally you're going to find yourself on such a spiritual quest where you will want to kind of move on with life, with so many different aspects of your life, but at the same time it is going to reflect quite a lot on your immediate environment indeed. And also, my gorgeous Libra, you know, this is gonna like really what's happening at around midweek, it's going to give you a reason to have a giant, enormous celebration. And you are going to have a reason to have a celebration in April. In April 2023, something mind-blowing is going to happen. Yes, I'm talking about April. This is a weekly baby, little weekly reading, but I'm talking about April. In April, you are going to have literally a reason for celebration, because all this energy, and because you decided to put so much of your attention and energy towards something that's so important to you. So see where this is actually going to get you. And I'm telling you that April, you are literally going to have a reason for celebration. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, now it's like basically the last part of this week, you are really kind of going to, I like this so much because it's to do with the success, and the success is going to come from you overcoming a really big challenge, a really big problem. And this challenge and problem that you are going to overcome, and now that happened because, you know, at some moment in time, you became aware of someone's assistance with an ulterior motive, and also you became aware of like some kind of like you know, like a wrong advice. So on one hand, it's a lot to do with assistance with an ulterior motive, but then on another hand, it's a lot to do with like some kind of a wrong advice as well, that brought you to this like kind of, it has slowed you down a little bit. So now you also realize something very specific about yourself, that you will rather do things on your own accord, you will rather do things on your own term than taking somebody else's advice. You always have to trust yourself, regardless who you speak to, regardless who you talk to, regardless how wise these people are. You can only use certain people or people in your life as a foundation to what you feel like, and maybe just take it as a reflection and kind of think about and kind of to find out what other people think about what you are doing, for example. But this is going to make you aware of the fact that now you've learned something very specific. This is bringing its own lesson. On one hand, you must not overanalyze things ever again, and on another hand, you must not take an advice from somebody else over your own advice, because you're ridiculously psychic, you're ridiculously powerful, you're ridiculously spiritual. I'm telling you this, my gorgeous Libra. I said this so many times. You are born psychic. Everybody's born psychic, but you're so humble when it comes to you being psychic. You know who is good, you know who is bad instantly, and you understand things about people and things about yourself on a completely different level. So this is why you have to plunge in and use it. Make the most of it, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed. So it's like basically overcoming a big problem, a big obstacle, that it happened because of that. But then again, it's actually going to be really good, because you're going to realize how powerful you actually are, to be quite honest with you. And that in itself is going to give you a completely different perspective on some kind of a vision that you had, you know, how you want your life to be. This is bringing you a completely different perspective. On one hand, you will know exactly what came to an end and what do you need to sacrifice. It's going to be a good sacrifice. But then on another hand, this is also bringing you a completely different perspective on some kind of vision that you had about your life. With other words, you know, it is actually going to be such a beautiful and emotional experience at the same time, because you are coming home to yourself, you're coming home to your spirit. But then on another hand, you're about to reconnect with yourself to the point where you are literally going to have such a beautiful, as I said, an emotional experience, which is at the same time are going to make you aware of how much you actually want to do, and how much you actually want to do, how much you want to try, how much you want to explore, but especially the certain things about yourself that you're extremely passionate about are going to be highlighted like never, ever, ever before, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And also, you know, this is the time when you are, my gorgeous, another thing that I was going to say, my gorgeous Libra, that at around the end of the week, there is someone very, very specific in your life that you're going to need to work on that relationship. Like something is going on. Not that something is going on with somebody in your life, like a lover or something like that. No, baby, no. But it's to do with a specific relationship, whether this is a lover, whether this is a boyfriend, whether this is a girlfriend, whether this is a husband, whether this is a wife, whether this is a friend, whether this is a brother, whether this is a sister, whether this is a mother, whether this is like an auntie, whether this is an uncle. I can just go on, baby, for as long as you want me to. No, I'm joking. No, so basically, yeah, it's like, yeah, the bottom line is that you need to work on a certain relationship. I think that this is going to be absolutely obvious at the end of the week. So at the end of the week, I know this is completely out of the blue, but you are going to need to work so much on a specific relationship, because someone is just like kind of drifting away. Don't get me wrong. Someone is drifting again, and someone is drifting away. So this is going to highlight not only that person, but also how much you want to be around the specific people in your life, and you need to do something about it. Indeed, only you can do something about it. But also it's going to highlight that one specific person that you need to kind of like work on that particular relationship. It doesn't have to be anything bad or anything negative, but it's just someone who means to you so much, but you started drifting apart a little bit. And certain relationships and certain people, certain friends, they're around, and then, you know, we just kind of like part at a certain time of our lives on our spiritual journey. That's normal, that's natural, because we are all growing in our own ways. But certain people are meant to be in our lives forever, like forever, ever, ever, literally. I don't care what people say. This is exactly how it is. And this particular person is someone who is obviously meant to be in your life. But there is something going on with them. There is something kind of going on with that person. That person is not being completely honest, and something got this person in a very bad way. That person had a heart broken, but it's not talking about it. And the way the heart was broken was like, it was like in a very unusual way. So this is all what is actually going to come out as well once you reconnect with that particular person, because you know this is all going to get back to you in the best possible way, because you know how to do something, you know how to help this person. So it's not only about you drifting apart, but also you know exactly the answer to some kind of problem that that person is going through, but then at the same time they're too embarrassed to say it. So with you, that person is going to be open, and that you know you are not only going to help heal that person, at the same time you're going to heal yourself as well. So because this is going to mean to you as much as it means to that other person, because it's to do with someone very, very prominent in your life indeed. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be oracle card of the week. Okay, what is going to be oracle card of the week, Oh, hello, my darling. What is going to be oracle card of the week? Be open, be open. That's the one at the bottom. That was at the bottom of the pile. Wait. Let me it just fell down. I'm just going to touch my radiator. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's working, they're working, they're working, they're working, they're working. My radiators are working. I thought it's really nice and warm. So I managed to work out how to turn the new boiler on. I'm terrible. My goodness. You see this, what flicked out? Healing chaos. You see what I mean? This is what just came out without me even taking any oracle card. So this is a bonus for you. This card just came out by itself, my gorgeous Libra. And when it comes to this week, you know, it's about healing such a chaos in your life. Healing a huge amount of negative energy that was going on in your life for way too long. So this is about to come to an end very quickly. And this is going to be brilliant. You know, this is going to be so important, because at the same time, you know, you are going to be able to start properly, you know, moving on with your life. And where did I put? Yes. So now I'm going to shuffle them without dropping any. So now, my gorgeous Libra, now that was the bonus one, healing chaos. So now I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Oh, beautiful. So which means that you are going to have a really, really beautiful sign. You are going to have a beautiful sign at around the midweek. Pay attention to this sign that you are going to have. You're going to have a really, really beautiful sign. And the beautiful sign that you are going to have, you know, it's going to feel like it came from another world. You know, it came from another dimension. That beautiful sign, it's going to make you aware of the fact that there's so many different dimensions, and it's also going to make you aware of the fact, you know, about the spirits and the spirit world. You know, you're going to feel something very, very unusual. And at the same time, when you have that sign, you are going to need to release something. Look at this, release. That sign is not going to be just a random sign at around the midweek. That sign that you're going to have, it can come in any form, but the bottom line is that at that moment in time, you will know that something or someone is around you. It's like some kind of a spirit, your guardian angel, you know, your spirit guide. You know, it could be just passing by, friendly spirit, or it could be somebody who used to be in your life. However, you will know that that sign is coming from a spirit, and that you're going to feel very, very strongly. But what else you're going to feel very strongly, it's like you need to release. You see this release in order to grow. So at that moment in time, when you become aware of that spirit, at the same time, it's more about Big Mama here. It's more about Big Mama. It's more about what was on your mind. You see what I mean? So this is what you need to remember. So it's not about, oh yeah, Elizabeth, hi darling, how are you doing? So it's not only about the spirit coming forward, but at the same time, it's more about, oh, what was I thinking about? Because you need to release something. It's your sign, it's your blessing that you're able to do something, that you're still holding yourself down. You're still preventing yourself from doing something really big. You created a blockage in your mind, on your path, by yourself, by not allowing yourself to move forward with something that you're absolutely magnificent with. So you need to understand that you need to release some kind of blockage when you become aware of this spirit, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.